Some football we have coming up tonight, and BMAC, I want to start with you. Your old team, your quarterback for your 2 Super Bowl titles, Ben Roethlisberger, likely his last home game. The Steelers hosting the Browns tonight. Just give us your overall thoughts heading into what could be Big Ben's last game.
I think it would be an emotional ball game for Big Ben. I think it would be an emotional ball game for a lot of the fans that have been able to watch him perform his entire career there in the Steel City. And I think the fans should definitely savor this moment, and they should go out and cheer like they never cheered before. And the same can be said for the guys in the locker room with Big Ben. You got some young guys that just joined the organization. You got some experienced guys that have been there for quite some time, most notably Cameron Hayward. He understands and knows what Big Ben has meant to the city, meant to the entire organization. So just being able to spend his entire time with one organization, just being able to be the splitting image of what the city represents and bringing 2 championships to that city, he will forever go down as one of the great ones in Steeler history, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be a electrifying atmosphere. They're playing against their arch rival, a team that they don't like, that clearly don't like them. And this should be a huge opportunity for his teammates just to show how much they appreciate what he has done in his career and send him out with a bang. Just send him out with a effort that they haven't consistently been able to display the entire season. They need to go out and play with maximum effort in honor of number 7.
Pete, I'm curious. I mean, you've covered the NFL for so long. We talk about a lot of great quarterbacks. When it comes to Ben Roethlisberger, what he's been able to do over the course of his career, what makes him unique, and also what can we expect tonight?
Well, he's definitely a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't think there's any question about that. He will get into the Hall of Fame and should. And what you remember most about him is his ability to shake off people in the pocket. I mean, how many times did he go back and he'd have 2 and 3 guys taking shots on him, and he'd shake them off and get outside and make a play with his arm? He was tough. He was physical. He was really a guy who made himself into a better passer as he grew up. And more than that, I think he made himself into a better person. I mean, when Ben Roethlisberger came into the league, and BMAC can attest to this, he wasn't exactly the guy you wanted leading your team at quarterback. He was kind of arrogant. He was kind of distant. He had some issues off the field. And I think through the years, Roethlisberger's one of those guys, you come to the fork in the road, and you go, you know what? I can go one way or go the other. And he went the right way. And he's become a family man. He's changed the way he treats people. And I can attest to that firsthand. And he changed the way his career kind of trajectory went up, because I think there was a point in his career, and BMAC probably will know this better than I will, that there were a lot of people at some point that weren't warm and fuzzy about Ben Roethlisberger inside that locker room.
BMAC, before I let you go, you want to follow up on what Pete said?
Yeah, no question. I remember my first year was Big Ben's second year. And remember, he became the youngest quarterback to lead a team to the Super Bowl. And with that comes a lot of attention. With that comes a lot of, you become a celebrity. Let's keep it real. Winning a Super Bowl for the Pittsburgh Steelers is a big, big deal. And it's hard for people to handle that. And he had a few moments here and there. But one thing that we had on our team was sound leadership, that they highlighted and they emphasized being accountable. And Joey Porter just laid it on the line one time, I think it was in year 2 for me, 2006. And he just basically laid it on the line. We're all in this together. And since then, Big Ben understood what it meant to be a team first player. He understood what it meant to be a leader and playing a leadership position. And that's the structure that we had in place that a lot of organizations don't necessarily have. And because of that, he was able to ascend into many heights in his career that will ultimately lead to him going to football heaven, which is the Hall of Fame.
Bryant McFadden Pete Prisco, we appreciate both of you hopping on here. 2 very different and interesting stories that we covered in this segment. Enjoy the game tonight. Of course, the Steelers hosting the Browns, likely Big Ben's last game at home. By the way, if you didn't know BMAC, he's got a podcast, a very popular and good one. All things covered with Bryant McFadden. Latest episode right now, Andre Johnson on the current state of the Texans. They talk about the 2001 Miami Hurricanes and expect the latest episode to drop on Thursday. Make sure to download and follow.